YouTube. What is going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building for another Last Cloudia unit showcase video. One that I'm very excited to make because, as you can see right above me in two different areas, we have the Grandpa Gundam himself, Murren. Now, before we jump into this showcase, I know some things are a little weird on your boy Buddha's channel right now. For one, this is like the second video I've uploaded this week. First being on Monday, this one being on Friday. It's a lot of days that your boy Buddha has been missing, and I will probably do a channel update video in the near future to give you guys a heads up. But as I mentioned in one of my prior videos, video production on the channel will probably slow down quite a bit, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up that that is happening, as you can see. Second of all, you can see your boy Buddha's on the opposite side of the screen. Usually I'm over there. However, now when we have text on shirts or on my body, we can see that it's actually legible. So I figured, why not change it up? Things get stale after a while, and I feel like sometimes you just gotta change things up, which is what I guess this is. But without further ado, let me stop talking about me. Let's focus on who you can see on the screen. Mechanical Murren. Y'all know how we start these 5-star showcase videos off. We gotta give the man some respect and unlock the ward to complete the 5-star enhancement of these units officially. Let the gold hue display. We have the ward unlocked. Machine equipped. Physical damage cap plus 100. Quite a nice ward for the account. All those plus 100 damage caps do add up after a while, so machine typing, Trishula, or any of the others, very common weapon to be used. So we'll make use of that. But let's go ahead and check out the summary of Murren. We have him at level 110. He is a machine type, which does make him a little more useful, as we know, in Arena, as well as in certain PvE stages. Since he is not classified amongst humans nor brutes, he is machine typing, very unique. He, for example, can deal a lot of great damage to the Vaz, Occulted God battle. Looking at his stat spread, a great base HP stat, and the emphasis very clearly on STR and defense. You can build this man a multitude of different ways, tank to more of a physical DPS and everything in between. So very, very nice unit. Looking at the resistances, plus 20 to fire and earth and minus 20 to thunder, keeping in line with that machines are weak to thunder type of deal that Last Cloudia has going on. And then what's really cool is that besides stun, which is, I guess, thunder related, Murren is resistant to every other status ailment, which puts him at a very, very big advantage when ailments are an issue. So very, very nice resistance spread there. And you can see we have our Murren at 92 SC with that bonus prism I think we were able to get during his event. Of course, your boy Buddha got him a little after he dropped Awaken 4 and 120 out of 120 board. Looking at his abilities, his S1 is Earth Shaker, Frontal Jumping, Medium Area Fire Combo Attack. Very fun skill. S2 is Wild Impact, Wide Area Long Range Fire Combo Attack around the target with a punch attack damage cap plus 30,000. That, I believe, is just a single hit amongst the majority of his damage in the S2. And the S3 Spiral Dasher, charge and deal a frontal medium area fire combo attack that pushes enemies, and he does not suffer from the Shift Millim disease. He actually does push all enemies within his line of sight, making this S3 an incredible skill nonetheless. And his special ultimate weapon, powerful frontal wide area fire combo attack with a punch attack damage cap of plus 100,000, very similar to the S2 portion where it's just a single hit. Moving on to the traits, Murren's trait 1, hard metal research, chance to resist flinch from non-thunder physical attacks. Physical attack and special damage taken minus 60%. But magic attack damage taken plus 20%, chance to get stunned when taking thunder magic attacks. Now this looked really bad upon his initial drop. However, we now know that if you make Murren nil to stun by giving him a bunch of resistances to that ailment, you can essentially bypass that negative portion of the trait 1 right here. His trait 2 mechanic, machine equipped, gives an STR plus 100% and fire damage plus 40% and cap 8,000. At the wave start, boost units HP and defense based on number of machine types in the party. And don't get this confused. Very confident that this doesn't mean it's a temporary boost. This is one of those rare cases where wave start is just identifying when this trait activates and when it does its calculations. This is not a just 40-second buff. Similar to how Sheeta's trait identifies which damage cap he gets, right? It says wave start. If STR is more than INT, he gets 10,000 to physical damage, and vice versa. That's what's going on with Murren's trait 2 here. Checking out his base skills, we can get an idea of how they want you to build Murren, what head start they've given you in our particular role that Murren will serve. Looking at the charisma, quite nice. I mean, if you're going to run a team of, I'd say, the old near automata units or even mechanical merity, anything that's machine type, you can even give machine mimicry to whoever you want to benefit off this. Gives both an STR and defense plus 30% increase, which can be significant, especially since this is a unique charisma that stacks on top of things like Brave and Fort. So when you want to do some nice stat flexing, Murren's going to come in handy here. He also has defense up max, fighting spirit 3, fighting spirit 4. I'm actually going to change to this view so you can actually see the effect without me having to click on it. Resolve up 5, defense and MND plus 12%. These stat ups right here are just emphasizing what we already know and can already tell from Murren's stat spread and traits that he can be anything from a tank to a bruiser to a physical type DPS. He does have guard, vigilance, heal guard, and guard charge, so he has 4 out of the sum guard package that's available in the game. Machine Buster, he is the second to get a Buster innate skill after Shift Roland, giving that physical attacks, special, and counter anti-machine type effect, which just means 50% extra damage in those categories to that typing. He also has Machine Mastery, which actually also gives him an anti-stone type effect for all areas of damage in the game. Physical, magic, special, and counter. And he also takes less damage from the stone typing, respectively. Fiend Shield, he also comes with damage from monster type enemies minus 20%, and then you get the list right there. Anti-type Shield adds more damage mitigation to anti-type effects that are being inflicted on Murren, so if anyone's attacking him with Machine Slayer, you're going to get a little bit of damage decreased taken. Auto Brave gives you plus 20% permanently in the battle. Auto Protection, minus 20% physical damage taken throughout the battle. Fire Drive and Fire Mega Drive, very, very nice. I'm not sure, do we have Fire High Drive teachable? It is teachable, but it's from the Full Metal Alchemist collab, so your boy can't use that skill. Fire Attack Raise 3, very nice that he has Mega Drive and then Attack Raise 3, which are both the exclusive to Innate Skills currently damage mods and damage cap for fire attacks. Shockwave 2, gonna help in arena if you want to use him there. Pierce through any tanks trying to use a guard package. Machine High Boost and Machine Mega Boost, more damage cap and damage mods innately. Armor HP plus 3. This is gonna give HP plus 20% when armor is equipped. Very, very nice skill to see innate. If you're going to go for a more tanky style build where you're going single wield, focusing a lot more on his defensive capabilities, this will come in handy. Ultimate Boost 3, power of specials plus 50%. Comes with Sharp Eyes innately, great damage mod, and expensive SC save. Breaker, boost break level now. A lot of units come with breaking skills, aka Breaker and Destroyer. However, their innate break damage, which we have no way to see, is just not where we want it to be. In Murren's case, he is the first unit in a very long time that has one of those extremely high and effective break damage built into his skills, making things like Breaker, making anything with additive Breaker percentage a very effective strategy with Murren here. Beast Alliance, nice to see that he comes with that innate. I think all of the Blaze Garden units basically come with this, so nice when you run them all together. Oma Medic System. When afflicted with a basic status ailment, chance to recover HP 20% and heal the status ailment. If you want to know the exact percentage of these kind of vaguely worded skills, you can always use Lake's Goldmine website for you newbies out there that don't know of it. I always link it in the description and the pinned comment of the video, but that's going to tell you what the actual percentage chance of this activating is. I don't know it based off my memory, which is why I just use this opportunity to shout out that website. Silas System. When magically attacked, unit takes minus 35% damage from the magic's attribute once per wave per attribute and excludes non-attributes. So he does have this weird takes extra magic damage in his trait, but then he has Silas System, which does reduce magic damage dealt to him, so they're kind of, I guess, balancing each other out from my head logic. Rare Metal Body. Draw more attention but become less likely to faint and boost movement speed. Another skill that's going to help if you want to make Murren your tank on the field. Any allure stacks that are unique to the other allure skills that we know of are going to help in that cause. Powerful Motor. SCT recovery speed minus 10%, so his skills charge more slowly, but the damage is plus 30%, the damage cap plus 5,000, and gives break plus 125%. This is an incredible skill that I guess forgot about when I read it the first time. My goodness gracious, dude's got damage mods, damage cap, and break just built into him just from these skills. And then Mineral Extraction. Item drop rate in quests times 1.35. So if you want to run your auto farms with Murren in one of those team slots, you're going to be getting a lot more drops, which is always nice. Incredible base kit. Murren being a permanent unit is just fantastic. He can fill so many roles depending on how you want to build him. For a new account, he ensures that you have a reliable top-tier breaker unit. He also has incredible damage mods and cap built into him, 8,000 from his trait. We saw Mega Drive, Attack Race 3, Mega Boost, and then this powerful motor combined give him like another 11,000 cap. The dude can be an insane DPS, an insane tank, and everything in between. So an incredible treat as a permanent unit added to the last Cloudia roster. But what we do need to add on him, depending on where we're going to take him, I'm debating on whether I want to do mainly PDPS, which would be dual wield, just emphasizing his amount of damage output, and then break, or if I want to go the more defensive route. I think I'm going to stick to the physical type DPS. So as I was explaining, we'll definitely want dual wield on this guy. We'll want any other breaker skill additions that we can give him. SCT sustain, he's lacking in his base kit. HP and MP sustain to make sure you can get MP back when attacking with sharp eyes. And also just to sustain, he doesn't have things like awaken or any other way to gain HP unless you dive more into his guard package, which I don't think we're going to do here. So he definitely needs some help when you want to bring out his max efficiencies, but of course your boy Boot is going to get to building him. You'll see the builds in the different scenarios we take him into. Let's see what Murren brings to the table. So starting off with our typical general DPS setup, we can see Murren. I wanted to showcase each skill. You can see that S1. Super fun skill where he just jumps up into the air and slams down on all the enemies. Quite fun, quite satisfying. Next wave, we're going to look at that S2. It starts off with that punch, with that increased damage cap that it has. Although, I was struggling to hit damage cap with this build, which kind of surprised me, but I don't know. I guess I also missed an opportunity to use his charisma to give us that extra 30% to STR, which maybe would have helped. The S3, I wanted to showcase the pushback. As you can see, I always think of Shift Millum, because if she had that type of effect in her S3, she'd be a much different unit. But great hit counts from our boy Murren. Very good damage cap, especially in dual wield. So as you can see, just as a general PDPS dual wield, very standard setup, he's absolutely shredding through 6-9 Encroaching Dead. I really have no complaints with him in this area. I wasn't expecting him to be this prominent. So getting into the tricky stage, right? These mobs are super magic spammy, super physical attack spammy. They don't flinch to a lot of attacks. However, you can see Murren is just kind of bullying this stage. No risk of getting flinched too heavy. I think his S1 gets him out of range for most attacks. Here we did a special attack. It does seem to be AoE, I can't remember. But very, very cool animation. The boss is all that's left, and we actually end up breaking it just before killing it without even setting up for breaking in general, which to me is very impressive. Murren is going to be just an incredible offensive unit for just his DPS and breaking alike. Speaking of breaking, moving on into the second build, this is what I call the free-to-play-ish breaker build, because I did include one collab specific skill that we just got with the Persona 5 collab. I think it's called There. It does give an extra plus 50% to break when the enemy is weak to whatever attribute you're attacking with. And I did want to take advantage of all of my breaker skills in this build. However, literally everything else in here is general pool acquirable. It's definitely not early game, but it's an end game free to play build. And trust me, the There skill from the Persona collab does not make or break this build in any way, shape, or form. Plus 50% is honestly a bit of a negligible addition to the breaker percentage with all things considered. So these first waves, obviously, we're just clearing them out. This is a multiplayer stage. I think it's Visionary Limit Breaker field. I just waited for one person to jump in with me so I could basically showcase Murren and then Joker together. But this is the stage where I wanted to showcase why Murren does so well if you want to run him with Persona units on the team. I also picked this stage because we are able to push the boss into a weak state to fire attacks with weak here. So you're going to see me cast two things with Joker. We're going to do Treacherous Intent so that the enemy gets the lost debuff when we break it. Then we do Giga Weak. We wait to see that debuff icon pop up, and then we just go ham on Murren's S3. Two S3s, the boss is broken. We switch to Joker, and then look at all of that unadulterated DPS we just get to milk out of Joker. Absolutely unnecessary for the other two teammates to be there, and that is the power of Murren breaking combined with the Persona units. Imagine having all Persona units on the team. It would have been absolute destruction. And then finally, we have to get into the arena showcase for our boy Murren here. But as you can see, we are going to be using his tank aspect. We're going heavy on the opposite side of the spectrum and leaning into those defensive capabilities we talked about. And my goodness, does he do very well. I decided to do 3 battles here, all on auto. And then just go on to Murren so we can see what's going on. Although, with so many attacks on the screen, we can barely see what's going on. But that's a good thing, because if you also notice, Murren's health is not moving. I mean, we're facing Loug Zeus S3s, whatever other DPS units jumping onto him. With the guard package, with a bunch of damage mitigation, Murren serves to be an incredible lure tank in arena. And can absolutely subsidize himself for the lack of having Shift Gorm or Ruto. And honestly, I think I'd pick Murren over Ruto with what I'm seeing here. Here we're fighting more of a defensive team comp. You're going to see a lot of time stop heals. Watching arena battles is not fun, especially on auto, because all you're looking at are time stop heals and a bunch of units trying to kill the enemy's tank, and to no avail. Like, as you can see, Demon Lord Rimuru and Murren get stuck on Shift Gorm here, and there's really not much progress to be made. So I think this is the longest drawn out arena battle. However, we're looking at Shift Roland, who is the enemy's DPS, do absolutely nothing to our boy Murren here with his guard package. He's just able to face at least every amount of damage that I was able to take him into, or any team that was fighting him. He'd had no problem surviving, especially with the rest of the team supporting him. Some other notes that we don't really get to see here. I do like the thought of Murren and Shift Eliza on the same team, just because she does lower enemy fire resistance with her anima. So I feel like you can probably play around to make Murren half or maybe more bruisery in arena if you want him to help you deal out some damage. But for me, Demon Lord Rimuru does the job along with Shift Eliza, and Murren just serves to be an incredible allure tank in these scenarios. And then don't forget, the allure tank is a very effective strategy in PvE boss battles as well. If you want to take advantage of backstab strategies where the boss will permanently be facing your tank and you can run around it with your DPS unit, attack from behind, it's going to serve you very well in many scenarios. So Murren can do exceptionally well with this exact build for PvE purposes as a tank. But as you can see, I think to wrap it up, you're going to see Loug Zeus throw another S3 and do absolutely nothing to Murren. While he one-taps Demon Lord Rimuru over there, you can even see the enemy damage numbers. They're hardly reaching above 100 here, so no issues at all with him as a tank in arena. Really happy to see him span between tank and DPS, and that's going to do it for the Murren showcases. Oh, that's going to do it for the showcases on Mechanical Murren, the Gundam Grandpa. And my goodness, has this guy ascended into, I'd say, one of my top 10 favorite units in the entire game. Just the fact that he can fulfill so many roles and do them so well, spanning all the way from just regular DPS if you want to use him as your main damage carry, to the tank role in arena, which is extremely vital. And then to top it all off, he's going to be an incredible breaker, whether you build for that or not. He's just one of those standout units. So the fact that he can perform at a top level in all of those areas and multiple areas combined just makes him an incredibly well-built, well-thought-out unit. And even better, he's a permanent unit that you can possibly get in every single summon session that you do, right? You can get him as an off-banner unit, which is exactly how your boy Buddha got him here. So love to see units like this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think that's all I got for you this time, guys. Like, subscribe, bell noties, and turn on all noties if you're new and if you learned something, if you enjoyed the video. Your boy Buddha's probably going to be posting sporadically like this moving forward, either with unit showcases on units I'm currently working on, or just very crucial, vital information I feel that I want to publicize about the game overall as we continue these updates. Because, like I said, your boy Buddha's production quantity is going to slow down. It already has slowed down quite drastically. Don't worry, guys. I can't drop LC. It's got a special place in my heart. I don't want to abandon the Buddha gang. You guys are extremely important to me. And so I will still be on the horizon. Just you gotta look for me, which is why it's important to turn on all those noties. Let me know in the comments if you have Murren, if you've been using him, what your findings are. If I didn't cover it in this video, I always love to see it. But with all that being said, y'all know what we say, guys. Work hard, play hard. See you in the next video.